COP26. COP26 is the International Climate Change Summit, which is taking place in Scotland in the UK very recently. And there are two leaders that are not present at that. Firstly, it was Vladimir Putin, which is the Russian leader, and Xi Jinping, which is the Chinese leader. Now, Joe Biden, the US president, has been very critical that Xi Jinping didn't attend this summit. And there's a couple of things I want to say about this. So the first thing is that if you look at many leaders that have flown to that summit, they've all flown in private jets, which are very polluting because not many people are on many of those jets. They're not like full commercial airlines where they're full of passengers. Secondly, if you look at Joe Biden alone, the president of the US, they had a motorcade of some 60, 70 vehicles just to take him to that summit in Scotland. Now, many of those vehicles will have been flown in, also very, very polluting. And so the first thing I think that's very crazy, in these day and age of technology, there is really no need for world leaders and diplomats to fly to these summits or travel to these summits. You know, these summits can be conducted via video conference. We have that technology available. So it's kind of hypocritical that they're trying to stop pollution and climate change, yet they're all happy to fly in very polluting planes and drive big polluting cars to that summit. And secondly, the finger seems to be getting pointed at China about pollution. Now, in absolute terms, yes, China are a big polluter, but I think it's actually wrong to look in absolute terms, because let's take a few points here. So first of all, while these Western nations were developing, they were very, very polluted. If you look at the aggregate pollution over the years, these Western developed nations are by far the biggest polluter. Then you look at things on a per capita basis. Now, if you look at China on a per capita basis, China have a population 4 to 5 times bigger than the US and many times bigger than the UK. Yet on a per capita basis, the US and the UK are bigger polluters than China. China on a per capita basis is quite a low polluter. You've got to add to this how the Western developed nations have moved all their production to China. So China are pretty much the factory of the world, and that's because many of those Western developed nations have moved their manufacturing to China, so hence they've moved their pollution to China. You also need to take this into account. And thirdly, if you look at the initiatives China are doing to combat pollution, it seems as though they're doing more and they have more projects than many other countries around the world. Now, while many of these Western nations attend this conference and talk a lot about what they're going to do, China are already doing. So in that respect, actions speak much louder than words. And yeah, I mean, I think these are all very important things to take into consideration. Anyway, don't always just look at headlines, check the facts for yourselves. But as always, for now, take care.